Pitcairn Island, an island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean whose only inhabitants are the direct descendants of the mutineers from the 1790s. Part 2. Let's go! All of the isolation means that they've now created their own language, they have their own cultures, they have their own foods. And in 1886, a Seventh-day Adventist missionary came there, so now the whole island is Seventh-day Adventist. He goes into so much depth about the culture and the history of the place. He even went diving to try find pieces of the bounty. He did end up finding copper pieces that were still around, and later, after he left, the anchor of the HMS Bounty was found. I love the language that this community has made because it's an amalgamation of Tahitian and English. One of the sentences that was brought up in the story that I quite like is "Bout your lagoon." What do you think it means? It sounds almost Welsh. It means, where are you going? It's a way of greeting, you know, like, how are you? In the time of the story, the people would get their money by selling to ships that were passing by, which I think still goes today. How their small government used to make money was quite interesting. Back in the day, when people used to write lots of letters, there were stamp collectors. In 1957, when a new stamp was issued, on the first day, they made $1,740 from their stamp. I don't know what they do for money nowadays. I doubt you there's many stamp collectors, and there's not really many people even sending letters. There's now less than 50 residents left on the island, and they're an aging population, so I don't know what they're going to do in the next couple of years. The fall of this civilization may just come down to their recent dark history. In 2004, 7 Pitcairn Island men, including their mayor, faced 55 charges of SA, finding that nearly every girl who had grown up on the island had been hurt. These men served their prison sentences and have gone back to the island. Since then, another previous mayor has been sentenced for downloading harmful pictures of children, and that same man has since gotten done for 3 counts of public indecency. What the hell? Surprise, surprise, the men of the island are now finding it really hard to get wives there. Still, it is a shame that the culture of this place will be lost with this reduction of people from recent tragic events. This article ends with who was right, Christian or Bligh. In the movies that have been made about the mutiny on the Bounty, they make Bligh out to be a bit of a douche. But accounts of him didn't actually seem that way, although he was known to have quite a harsh tongue. But when you ask the locals on Pitcairn Island why there was a mutiny, they say because Christian was an honest man and Bligh was calling Christian a liar. They don't look quite fondly on Bligh, but perhaps, as history shows, once a mutineer, always a mutineer, although I don't want to ascribe that to all the good people there. It's these kind of cultures that are being lost to modern times that these old National Geographics really capture. Come back to hear about some more.